Hi, Wingman. How are you?
G'day, my friend.
We are running at 1920 by 1080, so it's premium feed that. Let me just quickly do a speed test. Hello, everybody. This is a bit of a quick, not a quick impromptu. We've had a gap in the day, and we thought we haven't shown our faces for a while. And we thought, let's quickly come in here and cause some trouble. How are you, Cole?
Just not bad after a blackout.
I thought it's only up at 20%. I don't know what happened then. It must have been an Australian-wide occurrence because it kicked something on my side of my computer out. I don't think that's possible. Oh, there's a few. Hello, Michelle Rumbler. Well, let's interact with our posse today. We haven't spoken with the guys for a while. Chris Crafty Miller. Hello, Chris. It's pretty premium that visual we've got there, mate. What speed internet have you got there?
Me?
Yeah.
Let me just have a little look for you.
Daniel Boswell. G'day, mate. You've been busy on that Chondro page of yours. Bloody hell. I just keep seeing Chondro Python. Oh, I still call them Chondro Pythons. I just think there's something about that name, Chondro Python viridis. Oh my God, I love it. You know, back in the day, they were called chondros. What are you just doing the speed? Let me just quickly.
It's a speed test now.
Let me quickly run a speed test. I hope I don't break stuff again. So far, so good. Let's quickly see here. Oh yeah, no, 250 download, 230. It's gone down a bit. It's more the upload speed for any type of streaming. It's your upload speed that's
270 download, 221 upload.
How many?
21 upload.
Yeah, I'm at about 21.2. It's 21.3, 21.4. Okay, so this is a good time of day to do a little bit of live streaming, and I thought, it's looking good behind you there. I think that's more the point of this little get together is to just see what you've done. We're talking
our active cages from Exoterra.
Yes, and you did a bit of stuff there, but let's see. Let's wait for this for the stream to get. It's a random stream, so we're not going to have millions of people watching. Kenny,
you're not watching a live stream.
Kenny is in the US, I think, from memory. Colin Ray, g'day mate. Darren Boswell as well. They don't do much in Adelaide. They're always ready for live streams.
Yeah, he said he's out bushwalking. Just got sick.
Yeah. Or he's constantly on his phone, like most of us are, and then you just see these things pop up. I'm out bush. Oh, yeah, okay. So sorry, I didn't read the next line, Colin. That's what you were trying to. I was on my own. I'm just happy to be back here. Oh, okay. Bushwalking. So yeah, well, now you'll need to sit down for a break and have a little bit of a watch. MH Reptiles and Enclosures. G'day, howdy. MH Reptiles. What's the name? What's MH stand for? Please tell me, because I like to know. I like to know these things. So we're running, I can't believe we're running at 1920 by 1080. So full HD at 30 frames. And the bit rate's pretty good. 3,208 kilobits per second. I think it's kilobits. It's not kilobytes. Yeah, kilobits. Oh my. What is happening?
That was someone calling me.
Who's that?
Someone trying to call me.
Oh, yeah. Probably a snake you have to go and catch. Mick Epworth. Okay, Mick Epworth. Okay, there we go. So I'm assuming Mick's got a page. Let me just go and have a look at the MH Reptiles. Let me just see if you're going. Yeah, we're going live on your page, Cole. MH Reptiles. Let me quickly see. MH Reptiles. The guy a plug here. MH Reptiles. Where is there anything? MH, is that MH Custom Enclosures? No? Yes? No? I don't know. I think so. Sydney, New South Wales. It must be the same man. Let me quickly
he has a logo.
Share my screen here. Yeah, we'll share it quickly. And that is what it looks like. So MH Custom Enclosures. Oh, he does a bit of naturalistic backgrounds. I like that. So, yeah, so go and check him out. Mick Epworth. I don't know why they don't have the. I'm assuming that's
from Adelaide, isn't he?
No, I don't know. This is a MH Custom Enclosure. So unless there's two people, MH. Let me just have a look here. There's only one that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Sorry, that was the wrong. I was giving. But it's all Aussies. All in Australia. We all like each other. So MH Reptiles and Enclosures. Yes, Salisbury East, Adelaide, South Australia. Oh, he does a bit of the rack. Yeah.
That's the guy.
Does the bit. I wonder what size tubs that are. Are those underbed storers? What'd you say?
It's always good to see people's tubs.
Okay, there, Daniel Boswell. There we go. MH Reptiles is Adelaide Custom Enclosure and Rack Builder. Yep. Always good. Ray Toms. Hello, Ray. Always good to have a custom cage enclosure, cage builder locally, because you sometimes need something that's non-standard, There we go. What are you doing, Colin?
Just talking.
Get off your phone. Is it a bit of work? I can understand if it's a little bit of pocket money coming
wife,
in.
mate. Talking to the wife.
Oh yes, is she hungry? Hungry again, or
she's on a break at the moment, so she's eating.
Oh, okay.
I know she's not on a break.
Okay, so hi everybody that's tuned in. Oh, there's a few watching, about 20. So hello. So if you haven't said hello, say hello. We'll say hello back. We're trying to be a little bit more interactive. We're not just all about business.
To all the fans out there, they are.
Yeah, there's always a few fans, and there's a few of our friends that like us a lot. But that's part of the game, like us a lot and don't like us much, but they can't keep their eyes. They can't just click on and go on with their life. They have to hang around like a bad smell.
Screenshot.
I hope, yeah. Make sure you take a lot of screenshots. Yeah, make sure you catch up, see everything that's happening here. You can't stay out of our lives. That's great. So Leah, hello. Yes, Leah Bennett. I haven't seen you. We put a chat overlay on.
Yeah, mate.
That's our role. So it should pop up there. Hopefully soon. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, there we
pop up next message.
Yes. So let me just make this this overlay a little bit smaller, because otherwise you're just there. It's right in your face. Okay, let's put the Exoterra logo over there. Okay, so Colin, last time we spoke, we had a little bit of a look at your you got some new stuff. So if you can run us through what the system is. Let's see if you can get a feed through with your mobile phone. Let's try that.
Yeah, let me try.
So you can get nice and close and show us what your setup is like behind you. And it looks like there's a bit of growth happening in there. It's very green and lush. So,
it's out of control.
Yeah. Have you had to trim? It's a pity they're so small. You want something like a 900 high. That'd be a great size. 900 or a 1200 high, even like a 4 foot high. That'd be a great size. Let's see if Colin can bring it in. He's going to show us a nice and close.
Bring you in, all right.
Yeah, bring me in. So just, I should see it pop up there. You might have to just copy that link into.
Join. Do I have to say join?
Yes.
Maybe do I have to use Chrome?
Yes, maybe just copy the Chrome and go through there.
I haven't done it sorry guys, technical difficulties,
And then you just have to make.
What was that?
Oh, there we go.
Copy this. No, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that.
That is a bit taxing on the old system, this 1080p stream. But we'll just keep going as long as we can with that.
If I can't get it, what we'll do is I'll just stand up.
You could probably zoom in.
Yeah, hang on. Now I've copied the link.
Yes.
Here we go.
And then what I'll do is I could probably mute you on that side, but you probably get a feedback loop if you leave your mic on.
Works best on Safari. Okay. I'll go back to Safari.
Oh, my PC is struggling today for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't want to allow. Yeah, I want to allow to my camera. Allow, and then I'll just mute my Join stream.
Yeah. So it should pop up now. Sorry, folks, just be patient. We'll just want to give you a little bit more of a close-up look at what Colin's done in the background there with his little
I
display.
can point it out if it doesn't work. So.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's not working.
All right. Well, I don't know why. Usually, you need to give Chrome.
It should pop up.
Access. Did you give it access to your camera?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's very odd. Did you copy it? Did you try it in Safari?
I tried it in both. Yeah.
Oh, that's very strange. Okay. In any case, if you can zoom that in maybe and just stand there and point out a few things to us and just.
We'll have to zoom in. Do you reckon?
Oh, now Siri's talking. Yeah, everything's there's a bit of.
Oh, Siri. Can you see that?
Yeah. But
so what we have is I think they're 60 by 45 by 45.
Stand out of the frame. You don't have your face in the.
So we have the 60 by 45 by 45.
Yeah.
And then what I put was a layer of scoria. So I went and got scoria from a nursery. I think Exoterra actually sell bio balls, or what are they called? I don't know what they're actually called.
Those clay, the little clay balls that you that they use for hydroponics. You can get them at a hydroponics shop as well.
Yeah, and then I put down. So I put down that. Then I put down a layer of fly screen, or you can use, some sort of material that, like terra firma or something like that. They use it for drainage materials in gardens.
Show us just use point your finger how deep would just show you how deep would the balls be and the substrate basically. Yeah.
So the scoria is about 50 mil.
Yes.
And the substrate's about 50 mil.
Yep.
And then so that one in the middle is Boyd's Forest Dragons.
Yes.
And so that one is, so you put the soil in and then you cap it off with something. So that one's capped off with leaves and that sort of material. This one over here is got frogs in it, so it's capped off with rock. So because if you just leave dirt in there, the frogs jump in the dirt and then they spread it all through the cage.
Andrew says it's called Exoterra Bio Drain.
Bio Drain, okay.
In the bottom. Yes, okay, cool. For those of you that want to buy it from a shop locally, just ask for Exoterra Bio Drain, and that's what you put at the bottom. Okay, so keep explaining. So you've got your fly net on top, and then what goes over the fly net?
So I put soil, about 50 mil of soil.
Yes.
And then a capping layer. So the soil is where the plants have obviously planted.
Yes.
And then a capping layer to stop the animals moving the dirt up all over the glass or covering themselves in the mix, of dirt.
Yeah. What did you use as a capping layer?
In this one, rock. So the two outside ones, rock.
Yeah.
And the middle one, I just use leaves. So
okay.
So I got leaves. I put them in the freezer, so it killed anything that was inside the leaves. Yeah. And then spread them around the cage.
Okay. And then you planted the plants. Did you leave the plants in their little pots, or did you actually remove them?
So you get the plant, then you wash off all the soil.
Yes.
There's only the root base left. So you get rid of any fertilizers or anything like that could be that could harm the animals.
Yes.
And then you just plant the root base into your soil, and you can see in the front of this one, or you may not be able to see, but there's roots working through.
Yes, you can see the roots growing in the bottom there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, tell me, Colin, these Exoterras have got like a built-in drainage system. So how do you go about draining these? How do you drain that, and how often would you drain the water out the base of that?
I've drained these guys once. So how long ago did I get these? About a month ago.
Month and a half, I'd say.
Yeah, so I've drained them once, and all I got was a cooking bowl size water out of all three.
Okay, so the plants are being pretty efficient with the way they use the water in there.
But also, when I first set them up, because the plants were new, I had a watering cycle. So I got the Mist King running the top here.
Yes. Show us, just point to that so people can see. Okay, so you've got your tubes. There's a little sprayer nozzle that goes.
And then see down the bottom there's the bucket. That's the reservoir for the water.
So tell me, the sprayer are there actual holes for the tubing and stuff to go through, and the nozzles
Yeah.
to go through
So
the?
these cages have inside them have the monsoon system.
Yes.
But I wanted to run Miss King, so I drilled a hole myself and then mounted that through the plastic. And it just so happens because of the new setups,
Yeah.
because a lot of the old setups, if you want to mount it, like the Miss Kings are mounted in the top, so you got to buy the plastic wedge to,
Yes.
to mount through the mesh in the top. But these guys, because they have plastic tops, majority of it, you can just drill a hole straight through it. It's up to you could use a monsoon, but I've just used Miss King because I want to have multiple heads. So like this Miss King, I can keep going and going and going with cages.
You can just keep hooking them up and hooking them
Yeah,
up to
yeah,
each other, and you can basically run a cable down and have a set of cages down below and a set of cages up up at the.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there a reason with the misking with the reservoir sitting there? It doesn't have to sit there though. I mean, that just
it could be probably if I had my time, like if I was doing this, say if you're setting up a reptile room, right, from
yeah,
scratch, I would put a watering point in like you do when you're building a new house, or you get one of the fridges with a water point. I'd
yeah,
probably put one of those in and
yep.
then connect it straight to it, so you don't have to worry about a reservoir.
Yeah, so it's straight into your plumbing, and yeah, that makes
Yeah,
it a lot easier, much easier. So, and now tell me something. There was something I wanted to ask you. What have you got in that cage with the red flag? Oh, somebody jumped in the middle. Like, show us one of the inhabitants of that cage with the. Are
but
the
the,
all of the plants in there real?
all real. There's no fake plants anyway.
Let's just talk about the lighting while we're busy. Can you
Oh
lift up
yeah,
so
so
what
up
have you
the
got on
top
top?
I have so this guy here is the 5% uh um Zoomed UVB light.
Lift it up so we can see,
5.
please. You lift it? Yeah, okay. So it's a T5.
And that only comes on for about 2 hours a day.
Yep.
So the mistake could be made by people because these guys don't need UV, but I like to give them UV,
Yeah.
but only for like 2 hours.
Yes.
And then the backlight is the grow light, which is the Echo. They're both EcoTech fittings, and that's the EcoTech Jungle Watt, or it's LED.
Just just so you know, there's a massive delay in the sound coming through from you for some reason. I honestly don't. It happened before. It just
oh, okay.
there's an issue with the sound. So just realize that there's a slight bit of a delay there, but that's okay. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah,
So you've got that, and what? So the T5's for the reptiles, but what are you putting up there to look after the plants?
I've got the LED grow light.
Yeah, is that can you show us what it looks like on there? How big are they? Is that a long tubers? Okay. Bloody hell, that's big.
Yeah,
Okay, yes.
so one light, so 184-watt light, I think it is,
Yeah.
does 3 cages.
I guess that's part of the beauty of having them those sizes though, because even though they're small, those tanks now it means if you invest in a longer tube, I mean it does, if the big tube does break, if the big light does break, it's going to cost you a little bit more to do it. But if you can service 3 cages with one light, why not? One per level. That's great.
And so in this one here, I have Latoria cerealia, so green tree frogs,
Yes.
and then Latoria infracata, the magnificent tree frogs.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I'm
know.
not.
Anyway,
Okay.
so they're in there, and then in the middle I have Boyd's forest dragons, and then I have some adult green tree frogs in
At
there.
the far right. Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful.
So the best thing about the middle cage with the Boyds,
Yeah.
if you've ever seen them in the wild, when you approach these animals, they just shimmy around the branch so you can't see them, and basically pull them around. They keep going around. These guys do the same. So they're doing their natural behaviors. They eat, they forage,
Yeah.
and most of their time they jump from branch to branch. It's pretty awesome. So
Tell me, how long do you run the LED for the plants every day? Is it on the
all
whole
day.
time?
So from 6 a.m. to I think it's about 8 p.m.
Yes.
But the like I said, the UV is like for 2 hours.
And I guess for the majority of those animals in there, they wouldn't ever be found for extended periods in direct sunlight. I mean,
Right, yeah.
they both live.
Where you find Boyd's forest, like
Yeah.
there's like slivers of light on the ground, only like 100 mil round that comes all the way from the canopy.
Okay.
Normally they're in like not darkness, but there's no direct sun. So
Yeah.
I like to give it to them just so on the off chance they want it.
And I mean, that's something that you can be flexible of. I mean, all you need to do is add a timer switch to that, a digital timer
I
switch.
use the Grid Connect power board, so you can fully automate when things come on and turn off and all that sort of stuff.
I've actually seen there's actually been a couple of videos up about the Grid Connect. So it's basically a Wi-Fi enabled power board that you can set the times, and you can sit down, Colin. We can talk about if anybody has questions. They can. I want to see what's going on with the sound of yours.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, there's a delay. I don't know why there's a delay. Maybe just unplug your your roadcaster and plug it back in. I think maybe that's what's causing the issue.
Okay.
It's just gonna. Yeah, so there's at least like a 2-second delay on the sound on that side. So sorry, guys. So there's Try and talk now.
Yeah, she's just coming back up.
Okay, well, there we go. Oh, that's all right. Okay, so there's a slight delay for some reason. I don't know. Sorry, I'm focusing on that stuff too much, and we're not talking about what's important here. So maybe just put the sound down of your whatever mic you're not using, so we don't get that.
Hang on a sec.
Okay, no, now it's okay. It's manageable. Maybe it's just a delay on my side because I'm watching the feed. I'll close down one of these video feeds here on the side as well because I'm monitoring the feed as well on my PC.
And then so on top of all that, you have Miss King. When the plants first went in, I put on they come on for a minute in the morning and then a minute in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And now the plants have just I had like people say, oh yeah, plants die, but I think the plants I chose, they're fine. They're robust. So, now I just have them. I think they watered at 4 o'clock every day. So
yeah. That looks a bit odd. What do you prefer? Do you prefer that angle? Sorry, I'm messing around.
Stop messing around, mate.
I'm messing around with the visuals. You're messing around. They're talking about your thing. So all in all, I mean, it's a premium setup.
Yeah.
But
all that happens now is when we have visitors that aren't reptile people,
yeah,
they're drawn to those cages because it's like, wow, look at that. Like it's bright and colored.
Yeah.
And then when like in that one, there's 3 adult green tree frogs, and you struggle to find them.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Peeling back the foliage, and then there's one there. But at night time, come out and they're just, killing everything that's in there. So
it doesn't help that you chose the plants with the widest leaf base, widest leaves ever to fill up those cages.
I love it.
Yeah,
you can see the plants only pushing out the top of the cage. So
there's it's so you'll need to trim at some stage, get rid of some of it. But like I said to you, reptiles like to be hidden. They don't like to be in the open.
And the funny thing was, like, I went and cut the timber for the Boyds.
Yeah,
just off a tree, and like a tree outside, and they started growing again. So the tree started to get green sprouts coming off the side. They've died now, but it did happen.
Leah's asking, hi Faye, there's a few people that said, let me just quickly say hello to the guys that are watching. So thank you for this, for whoever's still stuck around for this impromptu little chat. Faye, hello, Faye Rankin. Leah is asking, do you by chance know what, and I'm not going to hold you, I'm not going to hold you accountable if you don't remember what the plants' names were that you chucked in there. Do you know the common names?
Actually forgotten.
Yeah.
I knew someone had asked me. They're like, all I did was I went to I asked a few. I asked Cooper. I think I went to Cooper and said, "What's the best ones?" He gave me a few plants.
Yeah.
And I just went to Bunnings and said, "What's the animal-friendly plants?" And then they gave me a few, and then I just went, "Okay, I'll give them a crack." So,
and for those of you that don't know, it's Coop's Reptiles, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's got a page as well. Let me just go in here and see if I can find. So anybody that's interested, Coop does a lot of videos on. He's got a YouTube channel called. I was actually watching. He works at the Lizard Lab in South Australia. At that's the MacArthur. Which Macquarie is? Which universities in South Australia?
The West, yeah. No, he's in New South Wales, Western Sydney.
Oh, okay. Is he in Sydney?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just.
He lives up in Central Coast.
Let me just check. Sorry, I made some horrible noise now. I don't know. Let me just check.
You're okay.
Check history. Let me just check because I watched the video this morning of his.
What I'll do is I'll find out what plants I put in there, and then I'll give them to you to post on the page later.
Coop's Reptiles. I'm gonna share his page. I'll just copy the link here and I'll post it in the chat.
One of them's a vine. So I think it's pothos. Is it pothos? It's the vine, and it just grows like crazy.
Yeah, and one is one of them would be a epiphyte, like an air plant. I know those. I've seen those red flowers before. Let me just check. I wonder if. Let's check. There's a few. So all the channels look like they're running fine. Sorry, I just noticed that there's on some of the channels I couldn't post a link through. So I think Facebook sometimes blocks YouTube videos. Devil's Ivy, Pothos is Devil's Ivy, yes. And then Luke Stratford says hi. So I posted the link for Coop's Reptiles.
Umbrella plants is the other one. So the taller ones are umbrella plants.
Is at the Macquarie University Lizard Lab. So you're right. It says that's New South Wales, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Cool. For some reason, I had an idea that he was down in South Australia because I know they do a bit of work down at those universities. There's a university now. I might show my absolute ignorance now. There is a university down in South Australia, isn't there?
I don't know. Flinders University, isn't it?
Let me have a look.
Who gives a shit?
Let me see because I need to know. University, South Australia.
Here we go. You got a doctorate in nothing.
I need to check. No, I need to know. I need to check because I don't like. Okay, Torrens University. Okay, I don't know about that. University of South Australia. That's pretty straightforward, huh? University of South Australia. There we go. Yeah. I would imagine there's one in every. There's one everywhere.
Your keyboard is desirable to look at from that angle.
What's that?
Your keyboard.
It's very nice, isn't it? And it does all like different lights effects and stuff like that. So let's talk.
Really adds it's a red plant. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Animals. It's been in there. They're not dead. So
yeah.
The lady knew what she was talking about. Obviously. Jeez.
Yeah. So bromeliads is a red plant. I think they are good with animals. Let me have a look. Of course, there's some other news as well. It looks like I don't want to really cross-pollinate manufacturers, so we'll stick with Exoterra today. I was gonna plug another.
When I bought those cages, I had no idea that Exoterra made those other products, which was on the packaging for those cages. So, but now I know. So next time around, like these cages here, I won't touch. I haven't touched at all.
Yeah.
But if I was going to move them and redo them, I'll use all Exoterra stuff, like the clay balls and the matting and stuff.
Do you think there's so if you had the option, I mean, there's a lot of really realistic looking plants as well now these days. Do you think that you've got more experience with the living stuff like I'm not I was never a very big naturalistic enclosure guy, but the longer I keep animals and the longer I kept animals, and I don't really keep much now bar some blue tongues. But I reckon if I keep reptiles again, I'd probably keep them in naturalistic enclosures. So, what do you think? Are there any pros and cons to using plastic plants, in your opinion, Colin?
After using real plants, I wouldn't use plastic plants again.
Yeah,
so I would. So if even I've got a cage with some strophs, some geckos over there, and I've just used like plants in their area, and I even got so I've got a couple in the forest now, and I've got a couple of pictures off what's his name, Scotty, to because he's been in the area, just to go, okay, what's the area actually look like, and try and recreate that, because it's a bit of fun to do, and it's more of a, like, instead of, like, I don't want to have a huge collection anymore. I want to have animals that are well kept,
Yeah.
and a conversation pieces for people that aren't reptile people. Because I
And
don't have a lot of reptile people that are my friends
yeah.
in my area, if you know what I mean. So
And it's like you said earlier, there's a talking point, and there's a wow factor involved with these tanks if they set up properly. I think humans, we've sort of lost touch with nature, the
yeah,
way we live these days. To have something in your in like your lounge, or at your entry, at where you enter your house, or in your room or bedroom or whatever. I wouldn't put frogs in your bedroom, but you know what I mean. You could literally set up those tanks just to
yeah,
house plants, and
yeah.
have flowering plants in there and things like that. And it's just that there's something calming about seeing green around you. Anything natural in your house. Whether it's flowers or plants. I mean, that's we're attracted to it, humans. So I do think that's the for me, that I think there's a lot of appeal in it now when I get back into,
I
and I wouldn't, I
answered a
wouldn't
question there.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it on that scale. But if I do it right, if I do it now, if I keep animals again, I would do it with naturalistic environments, with real rock faces and stuff like that, Colin.
Yeah. Well, that, like, I look at it now, and reptiles can become like Pokemon cards to people. You got to have all the different ones, all the different colors, and
Yeah,
but like you go back to, is that animal actually happy? Just, like, there's some snakes and stuff that do benefit from tubs and all that sort of stuff, but there's some that can be kept better and just try better. Like, but it's the moment that you sort of go, yeah, maybe I, like, for whatever reason, you have a big collection, and then, like, you asked me the question, do you see yourself having reptiles anymore? I said no. I said no. You be more into maybe having one or two animals,
yeah.
really well kept.
You know what I would do? I would have a big glass enclosure, and I'd have like a rock face wall on the back of it.
Yeah.
And I'd have like a set of rough scale pythons in there.
Oh yeah.
I'd have a pair of Oempelli pythons there that are perfectly suited and have crevices where they can actually hide in that, and have that as a piece, and know the natural historical value of those animals. Because I think, and for the longest time, I love racks. I love keeping reptiles in racks because you can keep large volumes of them, and most snakes don't really give a crap. But I mean, certain animals you really want to display the way you want to, uh what do you call it, you want to um showcase their natural behavior in
Yeah.
their sort of natural environment, because they're fascinating like that. Just the way they move and the way they behave, in especially rough scale pythons that, go in between rock crevices and, wedge themselves in there and stuff. That's
But
that's
Faye asked a good question. Frogs always putting sticky stuff on the glass, which is
their skin.
their, their skin and stuff. And he hints to stop it. Well, my cages, I haven't had that issue because they're never, because in the past, yeah, I've had that problem.
Yeah,
I used to keep frogs, and they get on the glass, and they camp there. But like now with these naturalistic cages, they never sit on the glass. They're always hidden in a plant, hidden down underneath, or you know what I mean. They're not sat on the glass in
yeah.
the corner, waiting for nighttime. Like that's like during the day, you will not see a frog on the glass like asleep.
There's something I wanted to show you. Something I actually wanted us to watch. I've been trying to get Exoterra. Sorry, let me just quickly pause this video. I wanted to quickly watch a video because I don't think people know this stuff exists, and I'd like the guys in Australia that import Exoterra products to bring this into the country, because I think it will really sell well. Let me just show. So I'll share the video. I don't even know if you know that this exists, Colin. So we'll quickly watch this.
We don't.
Have a look at this. So it's an Exoterra gel glass cleaner for all that water stain that happens when you keep naturalistic enclosures.
Yeah.
Add that, put the gel on, rinse with water, and bang. I want to use it on my car window that's water stained. You know, look at that.
Yeah, right.
So hopefully, they can bring that in at some stage.
I'd be interested to keep what are those geckos that always like defecate on glass? Odura.
The marble velvets, yeah.
Yeah. If you did that, like a naturalistic cage, to see if they still climb on the glass. If you give them, because like if you could buy a cage, right, like that's 600 by 45 by 45, and then you just put sand and a branch in there. That's the only real estate that animal has. They can only use the branch or like say it's a bearded dragon. But if you give them multiple areas or plants and stuff to lay on,
yeah,
they can use the whole area, that whole like the volume of the cage. Yep. Whereas, so you're making the cage instead of just a one dimension on the ground, you can use the whole thing.
Yeah, you want. I mean, that's why we, that's why they like leaves and things like that. All types of surfaces where the animals can climb on. That increases the surface area, the usable surface area inside the cage.
You don't necessarily have to have, cage furniture and special wood. You can just go cut fresh gum leaves and stick them in the cage, and they'll dry out and smell nice, and the animal uses them to move around.
Or you could go and do what all these paranoid people in the world go, and you can bake the leaves and do this, that, and disinfect.
What are you going to get? You're going to get a spider or something. But the stuff off the ground, I would agree, because you don't know what like parasites or. You know
what? I kept reptiles for many years as a young, impoverished white African male in South Africa. Where we didn't have money. We didn't have money to buy leaves and sticks and stuff like fancy disinfectants and stuff. And I used to just go outside, grab a bush and put it in the cage. And when the leaves dried and died off, you just replace it with another fresh stick with leaves on it. And you know what? I never had an issue with a reptile getting sick from that stuff. I mean, they have a natural immunity to these things as well. Sure, I'm sure there's like some tiny minuscule percentage a possibility that they could pick up some type of virus off a leaf. But I mean, I cannot imagine how that would even be a factor in doing that, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that will argue about that, and, stake their reputations on the fact that, that's a possibility. But, I had many years of that type.
They probably don't vaccinate their kids or something.
Yeah, I never had an issue with that. Let's just say, well done.
Oh, have I introduced this cleanup crew yet? No, I haven't. I'm going to get some off Cooper, some springtails and bits and pieces. So at the moment, technically, they're not bioactive, or they are bioactive still, but there's no cleanup crew in there. So
no. And then Heath Moru says, "Hi, hello, Heath." Donna Bennett, hi, Donna. How are you? Thanks, Andrew. By the way, is very involved in the Exoterra range of products in Australia. So if there's any questions there, please join in and ask and stuff. I think this stream's going pretty good from the original glitches that we had. I just wanted to say, Heath sent me something just because it's just after Christmas. Hang on. I think he sent you one of these as well.
Oh yeah, I use it every day.
I'm not sure people know that he's got these. So I don't think he's got the gold series. So he sent me one of these snake hooks. If you go on Heath's snake catching page, let me just see if I can find it. Heath's snake control. I just wanted to
use mine every day,
because I did say I would give him a shout out, and I haven't done that. And I am
South African to you now.
I am a man of my word when I say I do. So I just want to show people. So go over and I know Heath started a great hooks. I don't get to use it much, but I will use it eventually. It's going nowhere. It's right here.
So Lee, the top of the cage is the front. So if you remember, the old Exoterras had the mesh at the back, mesh at the front with the bar in the middle. So imagine if the bar's still there, but the front part is glass and the back half is mesh still.
Let me just quickly show we'll get back into the. So that's Heath's snake controls page. Yeah, he's quite very involved in the local snake catching scene, and also he's got a YouTube channel now. So go and give him some love. He's a great guy. I like him a lot. You like him as well, Colin, don't you?
Yeah. He sent me up a hook. Just reached out and said, "I'm going to send you a hook." I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah, it's nice
I
to.
use it every day.
It's nice to know there's some nice people out there. The majority of reptile people are nice. It's just some of the you get the tools in every industry. It's just how it works. No, Faye. This one is just a solid hook.
It's made out of gold too. So
It's a golden hook for just the pros. Pros use a golden hook. Yeah, and he's got a little bit of his branding on the front there. He's snake
and it's
control.
like 1 of 200 or 1 of 100 or something.
Yeah, it's a limited edition. Thank you. His phone number, by the way, if you ever get stuck with a snake in your yard, 0432 064 027. There you go, mate. We have to support the Aussies around here, We have to support the Aussies. God, there's a lot of messages coming in now. Hold on. Rob McMillan. Yes, he's in the house. G'day, Rob. Marty. Oh, yeah, we did speak about him, Marty Bahaja. Mate, your video, I was working on.
He's a banana bender now, isn't he?
What? Yeah, he's in Queensland. I was working on your videos this morning, mate, and I am going to throw this little Macintosh out of the window. This little Apple.
Yeah. Don't know how.
Oh my goodness! I'm learning how to use the thing, and it's just not working with me. Marty says he's got one of Heath's snake hooks. He's always at the expos and selling his hooks and stuff. Let me just see who else. Can't really say no. Yeah, I don't know what the tools are. There's a nice way of putting it. Yeah, there are tools in our industry. Oh, okay. I found extendable ones are pains in the ass. Yeah, it depends. I originally, one of my first hooks was a Midwest Tongs hook that I imported from the US. And
of course you did.
I have to say those hooks are nice, Colin. I don't know if you
Yeah, I've got the tongs.
Oh, the Midwest Tongs.
Monitors and stuff.
There's just something about the Midwest Tongs. They are just fantastic.
But the hooks, not so much. The hooks are pretty average. So.
Yeah, I got one of the Python hooks, and I didn't realize how big the Python hook would be. And when I got it, I paid an arm and a leg to
like a hook on like that wide.
It's like that big. You can hold you. It's made to cradle big 12, like 30-foot retics. So it's got a head. You can grab somebody by the neck. You can restrain a sheep with that. You can catch you can be a sheep wrangler with that stuff. So, but I had one. That got stolen from me. I don't know who did that, but
we'll find out one day.
But it was such a big hook, a little bit of overkill, but it was always nice to stare at and to know that I had one. That was good. So anything else that we need to know about those tanks? So overall, do you think it was a great buy?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Showing off the merch. Oh yeah, just get it in front of your head. There we go. Oh my God, don't restrain him like he's trying to get away from you, mate.
I'm gonna eat him.
Don't lie. I have seen. I did see I think it was it Bear Grylls that chomped one, that chewed one up. No, I don't think. Oh, gee, that's a great spot for him to sit right on the mic. Yeah, great. Okay, unextendable ones are pains in the ass that you don't like them. Yeah, I don't know. What is Faye saying? Faye, I'm missing your conversation here.
She's extendable hooks.
Oh yeah, I was.
If I was a snake catcher, I would not. You can tell they're fake by having extendable hooks.
I did have a Midwest Tong extendable hook that I found was very good. Because it's it's an expensive hook, and I mean I think if the more engineering goes into a hook, the stronger the hook is. And because those guys have done hooks for the last 40 years, I think 30 or 40 years they've been making hooks.
I did have some those polyurethane hooks were pretty good as well. You could feel the animals move and all that sort of stuff. So I brought them back from the USA.
And there was a guy down in South Australia that used to make these aluminium or it's always aircraft grade aluminum. It's aluminum. Yeah, American friends. But he used to make these hooks with these really interesting hooks on them. The actual hook was like flat, and those things used to work the best to scrape out urates out of a. It was the perfect curvature to scrape urates out of the corner of every type of vision tub ever made. It was the best. I don't know. I don't know. You know how the urates always get baked into the corners
Oh
of,
yeah.
you know, it was just the perfect diameter to just go into the corners and get all that nasty out of there, you know, because I like a clean tub. I love a clean tub. So, any other? Neither of you. But Frey's still going on about who with that.
What she's saying is that did you like Heath? And
Yeah, I like it.
I already know Heath, so
Yeah.
even if I don't like Heath, I'd say he's a dick, but he's not. So Heath's a
Yeah.
big boy.
Yeah, don't say that word on the child-friendly show.
Sorry.
Yeah? Dick is a name as well. You know, it's like
that's right.
It's Richard. It's a short name for Richard, isn't it? Dick?
No, we have our special show on late nights for all the special visitors.
Yeah, the one where we just let things rip, and yeah, that's where let's just let go. I'm enjoying this.
That one has no background or no nothing. It's just it's just red lights, red and blue lights.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, you know, that was I don't want
to. I know. Someone screenshotted our show, and I appreciate it. Like,
yeah,
I don't know how much I appreciate you screenshotting the show and sharing it around to people. So
we should just start a page or a group where we can do this and just have our. No, I don't want to do that. We want to have a great family, well-rounded, family-friendly show where we can teach people stuff. You know.
Yeah.
My kids are in the car. Listen to this, Colin. Yeah, deck. Yeah, deck.
I was talking about my deck. He's from Melbourne. Lady in there.
Okay, so I think we don't want to go for too long because you know
you got to keep them wanting more. So
yeah, so you've got your kids every second weekend, so we could make this on the odd weekend, and then I've been talking to the boys, the other guys, about the Australian Reptile Q&A because originally that was going to be a monthly thing, but because it's been a bit unstable, the whole COVID times and stuff like that, people have been busy, but now that it's coming into winter, the guys are going to have a lot of time. We'll probably I want to do a show with Brent Smith of KHP Reptiles leading into the expo that's on. What day is the expo? I think on the 25th or 29th or something. There's an expo at the Penrith Expo is on.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, what is that? Which society does that? MacArthur.
That is Hawkesbury.
Hawkesbury. Let me just quickly check the date on that so we give them a little plug. Hawkesbury Reptile Expo.
I don't have social media anymore, so I don't know.
Hawks. Can somebody tell me when the date is? Hawkesbury Reptile Expo.
23rd.
23rd. Reptile Expo. 23rd of. I'll share the screen. The Reptile Expo.
Next Sunday.
When?
Next Sunday.
Oh, is it next Sunday already? Oh my goodness. Okay. Are
you coming up?
No. I'm going to give it a miss because I can't afford to get stuck up there if they decide to lock the place up for 7 days.
Right,
and I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know if there's that many going to be attending. I just think it might not be the same as
Sydney's in lockdown until Monday this week. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. Or there's restrictions anyway.
Okay, so there is the link for those of you that care to know. I don't know why I can't post to some of my pages. I think I just need to re-link them. I think that might be what the problem is.
Link them.
Okay, so but thanks for I mean, it is one of those. I'd love to. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to go because it's the only chance this year that we'll probably have to hang out with other reptile keepers. But then I have to think of the potential of getting stuck and not being able to work for a week.
Isn't there a Victorian Herp Society as well? Victorian Expo?
No, not this year. There's a conference on in September. There's a whole bunch of guys coming down for that conference. But
Right.
other than that, there's nothing else I can think of what's happening. So I'm tossing and up an idea of maybe building websites for people if they're interested in having a kick-ass reptile website, and I come and take photos of the animals and then stick it all together for them in a nice website with some video and stuff. I'm toying with that to sort of supplement my income at the moment, because
Yeah.
I can't keep doing what I'm doing. How annoyed I am with all that stuff. So, but you get an earful all the time about my life of misery. But in any case, it's such is life. The hard times make us stronger, and it makes us more prepared for the tough
And the
times.
hard times go, I wouldn't have thought that person would do that, but they did.
That lighting is so good in that room of yours. I'm really impressed with that.
I'm telling you, lighting makes or breaks a video.
You've got the backlight going. How do you like the little halo effect around the telly I've got behind me? It's nice.
That's gold. Let's go.
And that's not RGB. That's just normal light on a blue background. Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go.
And of course, the ISO settings need to be right to get that dark atmosphere.
Yeah, Luke, take it all in, mate. Got no idea.
What's that?
Luke,
What is he saying?
I'm just abusing him. He's not saying anything. I'm saying something.
Okay. So thank you, Colin, for joining me today to have a quick discussion, catch up about your tanks. I think there's a bit there to unpack for people that are interested.
Any questions, send me a message. If you can't find me, too bad. So
yeah, and you should be able to track down most of the stuff or special order most of the stuff in from any reputable reptile shop in Australia. So you just need to ask the question. If they sell Exoterra tanks, then they should be able to get a hold of the misking system. Do a little bit of Google on that. Misking, the Exo. What are those tanks called again that you've got? Are they the frog? Are they called the frog?
The frog bioactive tanks.
Yes, and all the equipment that goes in there, and then there's a lot of YouTube videos that you can Google to find ideas and things on how to set these things up. But it looks like it's worth it in the long run.
You just throw the crickets in there and
just you walk away.
Watch them get murdered.
Yep. So thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Colin.
Oh, bye. Sorry. Bye.